Good morning. Welcome to CATEX-TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. This is a live broadcast from Princeton, New Jersey. Today is Monday, March 15, 2010, the Ides of March. In the United States, we went to daylight savings time on Saturday night, so the time in the U.S. right now is 11:30 a.m. In London, it's 3:30 p.m. All right, so what we'll do is we'll run the television program again at 4:30 p.m. London time. We'll do that for the next week or so until people get adjusted. If you need to contact us during the broadcast, you can phone in toll-free at 1-866-667-CATEX. Overseas, our AOL instant mail address is CATEX-TV. And this, of course, is the Ides of March, which means that on March 15th in 44 BC, Julius Caesar was assassinated by a group of Roman politicians, including Brutus and Cassius. In the United States, the president is in Ohio today. The weekend news shows were filled with optimistic reports from Democrats that the Congress is about to pass the president's health care legislation. He's in Ohio talking it up. Now we'll go to our main news. The main news in the U.S. is the massive storm that went through the northeastern United States over the weekend. In a town about 28 miles from where I'm sitting, Elizabeth, New Jersey, 7 inches of rain was received in Elizabeth, New Jersey, beginning on Saturday. That would translate out to 70 inches of snow. As of this point, still 450,000 people remain without electric power. The airports were a wreck on Saturday night. International flights were unable to come in. They were landing as far away as Boston. A crane toppled in Atlantic City at a casino construction site, injuring 1 person. The New York City area and southern New Jersey were among the hardest hit. Wind gusts of up to 67 miles per hour were recorded in some areas. And even in New Jersey today, in our office, our internet is down. We're operating on a backup system. The drive to work was treacherous. Big trees are down, and the picture we had up earlier is from Ewing, New Jersey, which is an adjoining town of ours. So we're digging out. Thankfully, it was not snow. Nobody here is complaining, believe me. How could we complain when the alternative is this? Several dozen thousand miles away in Chile this morning, a 6.0 aftershock struck. Here again is the fallout from all the earthquakes since the big 8.8 there on February 28th. The big blue square in the middle is the 6.0. That's the one that struck this morning at about 8:08 a.m. local time. It was about 65 miles north-northwest of the coastal city of Concepcion. Concepcion, of course, was where the 8.8 quake struck on February 27th, not the 28th, on February 27th. Some of the reinsurers are beginning to react. Flagstone re-estimates a $50 million loss now, both from the Chilean quake and also from the European windstorm Xynthia. Renaissance Re came out with some news. They say that the Chilean quake and Xynthia, quote, will be significant and could be material. They didn't announce any figure for its estimates. They did say, though, that the preliminary estimate of losses from the 2 events is based on initial industry insured loss estimates, an application of its own modeling techniques, and a review of its in-force policies. The company said it's difficult at this time to provide an accurate estimate, but the expected lengthy claims development period and other factors will ultimately make up the total. On February 27th, the 8.8 occurred, and also on February 27th, Xynthia began to cause flood damage throughout Western Europe. Some of the other bit of information here, actually we do have some here. The Chilean quake, this is overall, this is not just RenRe, this is overall, caused approximately $2 billion to $10 billion in damages, and the windstorm Xynthia caused perhaps as much as 3 billion euros in damages. So RenRe is operating off those figures and applying their own modeling information and trying to come up with numbers that are valid. We'll go to a word now from our sponsors and come back with the rest of the news.
This is a representation of the CATEX Global Exchange, showing how a transaction between a broker and a market might work. Here, a market in London is looking for a way to diversify its risk. but the paperwork involved is daunting and the market knows it is a tedious process. Fortunately, this market is a member of the CATEX Global Exchange. The market will have an access page to the exchange where it can log on and see the risks that have been posted by brokers it knows for review. Here, the market sees that 2 brokers it knows have posted opportunities. The market is interested in diversifying and may well be interested in an aircraft hull risk. The exchange allows brokers to securely make risk information available to markets that they work with. Markets can review information at their leisure before deciding whether to move forward. If, after analyzing the information available, the market is interested in bidding on the risk, it enters the terms of its bid on the exchange's secure system. The market can take comfort that its bid information will only be seen by the broker which posted the risk. In real time, the broker in New York can see that the market is interested and has made an offer. Here, the broker wants to counterbid. It enters its counteroffer into the system. Again, in real time, the market sees the counteroffer. After taking whatever time it deems appropriate and, if it wishes, going back over any information on the risk that it wants to review again or in more detail, the market can decide whether or not to accept the counteroffer or further modify its offer. Here, the market decides to accept the counteroffer. In New York, the broker sees that the counteroffer has been accepted. The broker signals it is ready to finalize the transaction. In London, the market sees that the transaction has been finalized. The CATEX Global Exchange allows parties to move quickly and efficiently, with access to all information they need to securely interact with only parties they want to do business with. It's a great feeling. Parties can take additional comfort if they use CATEX's pivot point system, knowing that transactions seamlessly download from the exchange into their back office system. CATEX, an unfair advantage unless you're trading with us.
I'm happy to be back doing the program today. Tom Bailey from London will be doing it tomorrow. We, as I have stated before on this program, have been invited by the New York Insurance Superintendent to participate in the task force meetings that they have been convening to examine the feasibility of relaunching the New York Insurance Exchange. And we've been more than happy to agree to do that. We've been meeting up there in the past week. We've met so far with the operations and technology subgroup, the regulatory subgroup, and I believe also the capitalization subgroup. And we have another meeting tomorrow. So it's a very interesting group. It's a very lively convocation of people. There certainly are no shortages of opinions or ideas. Beyond that, the department has reminded us that any thoughts or expressions that we give out certainly have no bearing whatsoever on the opinion of the department. And since I haven't given out any opinions or thoughts or expressions, that really doesn't apply to us. But as we get a little closer, maybe we'll find somebody from the department to speak publicly on the record as we maybe get near ending up with a product. Back to Bermuda for some news. Don Kramer, a very, very well-known Bermuda insurance veteran, is apparently going to step down as the CEO of Ariel Holdings. This is 5 years after he founded Ariel. This came out late on Friday. He's going to become the non-executive chairman of Ariel. George Rivaz is going to succeed him. Mr. Kramer was instrumental in founding Ariel. He had some help. Some of the world's leading private equity investors joined with him back in December of 2005. That was the year of the devastating hurricanes, including Katrina. Ariel has grown its equity to more than $1.7 billion by the end of last year, and it announced record profits for the fiscal year 2009. Our congratulations to Mr. Kramer. He is, in fact, one of the legends of the industry. SCOR's coming out with some news. They've announced preliminary loss estimates for natural catastrophes seen so far in the first quarter of 2010. Regarding Chile, they expect that their cost from the Chilean earthquake could reach approximately 95 million euros net pre-tax. That figure represents about 3% of the projected annual net earned premiums of SCOR Global P&C, or about half the annual CAT budget. They also have looked at Haiti. SCOR's initial estimate for the claims relating to the Haiti earthquake is about 27 million euros.